Guys, this is Dr.R.Saranya, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science with Cybersecurity from Dr. S.N.S. Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. Today in this lecture series, we are going to discuss the topic recursion in C programming. Before we move on to the recursion, first let us recall what is meant by function. Function is nothing but block of code that will perform some kind of actions whenever you call that particular function. So that's what we used to call as a function, right? So if you want to repeat the n number of times, if you want to repeat the same function code, so for that we can use we can specify recursion concepts. So that we used to call as the function which call by itself, that we used to known as the recursive function. Recursion is a process which comes into the existence whenever you call that particular function. It will work into smaller problems. Any functions which calls by itself is known as recursive functions. All such function calls we used to call as in recursive calls. The recursion involves several number of recursive calls. Let us see one good example for how to specify the recursive function in C programming. We have to start the C programming. You all know very well, right? We have to specify preprocessor directives. Asht includes standard input output .h. After that, we are going to declare a function. The function declaration we are going to specify like int data type. Factorial is none other than function name, and then within parentheses one variables we are going to declare int n. So end with semicolon. This is we used to call as a function declaration. We studied right in previous previous lecture series. We are going to learn about the function, how to specify the function aspects like function declaration, function calls, as well as function definition. So that function declarations we have to declare in order to print factorial number. We are going to create here factorial function. In that main functions, we are going to declare two variables. One is num and another one is fact. Here the number of which number you have to find the factorial, that we have to get it from user. So for that only we are going to specify that printf scanf. After that, fact is equal to factorial of num. Here we are going to call that particular function factorial we are going to call here. After that, printf functions that factorial of which number you specified in runtime, that we are going to specify here. After that, that respective value will get print in display screen. So that in declaration we are going to specify that recursion process int factorial of int n. If n is equal to that condition, if n is equal to 0, it's going to return the value 1. Or else that repetitive process, the function called by itself, right, that return n into factorial of n minus 1. That rect font we used to specify for function definition. We are going to define the function here. So if you want to call that function in runtime, that same function factorial we are going to specify inside that function, right, n into factorial of n minus 1. So that we are going to calculate multiple number of times until the condition gets false. After finally, if suppose runtime you are going to give the 5. So in the right side we specified the diagrammatic representation. See, you will get clear idea. 5 into factorial of 4. Factorial of 4 is none other than next 4 into factorial of 3. After that returns 3 value. In that factorial of 2. And then return 2. And then the same functions here that 5 value we given, right, the user given 5. So for 5 I have to find the factorial number of 5. So 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That's the mathematical calculations that here we are going to perform with the help of recursive function. That n into same functions we are going to repeat inside the function. Factorial of n minus 1. Suppose n is 5 means 5 into factorial of 4. So then factorial of 4 we are going to calculate it, and then factorial of 3, factorial of 2, factorial of 1. So finally we are going to process the result finally. After compiling this without any error, finally we are going to move on to the execution. If you are pressing F10, finally we will get the result for, and we are going to first we have to get the value for which you have to find the factorial number. So I want to find the factorial for 5. So enter the number to find factorial as 5. Factorial of 5 is equal to, we are going to process with the help of recursive. So finally we will get the result as 120. Hope you understand clearly about the recursive function. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you. Have a nice day.